friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind God Updates and God Too, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Two childhood friends lost touch and then reunite 60 years later in nursing home. Written by Sarah McLaughlin, read by Julie Provost. After losing touch, two childhood friends reunite 60 years later in a nursing home, and their heartwarming story is truly inspiring. Some of our fondest memories and biggest milestones happen with our childhood friends. Although we spend our years growing up together, inevitably, some of those friendships fade away with time. This heartwarming story about two childhood best friends proves that growing up doesn't always mean growing apart. Irene Gresty and Janet Henderson grew up together in Lithgow, West Lothian, England in the 1940s and were inseparable. Irene soon met her husband, a young man in the Royal Navy. Sadly, Irene's husband was stationed across the globe, so they packed up and moved far away. Although Irene thought she wouldn't see her best friend again, she would never forget her. 60 years later, Irene retired to England to be near her family. Little did she know that she was also living close to Janet. Janet and Irene would live near each other for 3 years before finally seeing each other again. The two women, now 80 years old, unintentionally reunited at an event organized at the Build Senior Home. "We knew immediately who each other were," Irene said. "We sat down beside each other, and she turned to me and said, 'Is that you, Irene?' And I just laughed and said, 'Yes, Janet.'" The years that separated them seemed to disappear as they recounted all that had happened to them over the decades. "I can't believe my luck that it happened. I was delighted to have seen her again," Irene explained. Staff at Build Senior Home were delighted to have helped two childhood friends reunite. "We often have friends reuniting after not seeing each other for a long period of time, but I don't think we've ever had anything like this before," said Tracy Howard, the Director of Customer Experience at Build. Both Janet and Irene promised to see each other more often and not let as much time pass without seeing one another. "At all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." Proverbs 3:6. Teen who lost her mom sobs when friend's mom steps in to take her prom dress shopping. Written by Julie Provost. Read by Julie Provost. It's prom season, which means it's time to go prom dress shopping. Many teenagers nationwide are searching for that perfect outfit for that special high school event. Going out and finding a new dress with your mom is almost a rite of passage. However, not everyone can do so. Ava, a high school student, went to TikTok to talk about how she had lost her own mom. Ava posted an emotional video on her account, Stewie the Subby. The words said, "My mom died when I was 7, and my only friend from school told his mom I don't have money for a dress for prom, and she offered to take me dress shopping." So many in the comments supported and encouraged her. They also praised the friend's mom for stepping in when Ava's mom couldn't. Others shared their own similar stories. "That's what being a mom is. We step in when other moms can't. It would be an honor to buy you a prom dress. Let her. I would want someone to do it for my daughter. My daughter passed away at 22 years. I was so thankful to take both my daughter-in-law's wedding dress shopping. My friend's mom did this for me when I was a senior. I hope I can return the kindness somehow someday." What an amazing act of kindness to take Ava prom dress shopping when her own mom is no longer around to do so, and to buy her a dress to attend this fun high school tradition. In another video posted a few days later, we see Ava trying on prom dresses. "Core memories with my stand-in mom," it says with the caption. She doesn't need to know I'm all teary-eyed editing this. Prom 2024. Ava tries on a few dresses and decides on a beautiful blue dress. A few weeks later, we see another post of hers in her dress on prom night. "I did end up going to prom, even after legit everyone canceled on me." We hope Ava had a wonderful time at prom, even if everything didn't go as planned. It's always heartbreaking to hear about when a child loses their mother. As time passes, there are many things they miss out on, which can be pretty difficult for the child. People like Ava's friend's mom knew she was dealing with the loss and stepped in to help. She shared the love of Jesus with her and offered her something special. Ava will always remember this kindness. She found a pretty dress and made some special memories she will remember for the rest of her life. And be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another. even as God, for Christ's sake, hath forgiven you. Ephesians 4:32.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.